Hi guys, hope you followed along with the first part and got your block already. In this part, we're going to refine the overall shape a bit more and start adding some early details. The goal here isn't to finish anything yet, just to clean up the forms and make the structure feel more solid. I also tweak some proportion as we go to make the design read better from all angles. Alright, I start fixing the ear first. It feels a little off compared to the rest of the forms. I'm carving in a little bit around this upper fold, not too deep, just enough to create a nice shadow and break up the forms a little bit. Also, let's change the bottom area form. Carving in this inner cavity a bit more, just to give it some depth so it doesn't feel too flat. Let me reduce my brush intensity. And let's just smooth out some of these folds and redefine the shapes. Just to make sure the ears read better from all angles. Nothing too detailed yet, I'm just trying to get a cleaner, more believable form before moving forward. Carve in and add some volume here. Let's tweak the overall shape a bit with the move brush. I'm masking the horns. Trying to get a cleaner silhouette and fix the proportions. Alright, I think it's much better. Adding a few wrinkles here where the ear connect to the head. It helps break that smooth surface and make it feel more believable. Refining the cheekbone a little bit. Just fixing the eye area a bit, trying to get a smoother flow into the eyelid. Always keep some references around when you sculpt. Even for creatures or stylized stuff, I like to have a few anatomy refs open just to make sure things still make sense and then adjust it to fit the design. Let's add some wrinkles and small details. around this area to give it a bit more tension. I'm slowly adding some basic details as well to define the forms a little bit better. Using clay with low intensity. I'm just using a few brushes here. Don't worry too much about this kind of stuff. It's really all about the forms. You can do the same thing in Blender or whatever sculpting app you like. The important part is the technique, not the tools. So keep that in mind. Adding some wrinkles for the eye. Later we should break the symmetry for this area. But for now it's all right. Let's fix the nose a little. Try to get a better flow into the face. And don't rush it. Don't press too hard with your pen or try to add big volumes all at once. Just work slowly and build the forms layer by layer. Let's add some fleshiness to the forehead just to make it feel a bit more natural and alive. Adding more volume here. Fixing the transition between the horns and the head so it feels more natural. Let's fix this transition too. It's not really working right now. All right, looks much better. I know I'm all over the place when I sculpt, but that's just to make sure everything's coming together at the same time. So yeah, let's fix up the neck a bit. The back's not working right now, so let's fix it up and bring in a bit more anatomy. Refining the neck muscle a little bit more. Add a little bit of wrinkles here and there. I'm using clay brush with low intensity. This way I have a smoother surface. Fixing the trapezius here. Trying to make a better connection between the head and the neck. The back of the head feels a bit too bland right now. I'm not really sure what I'll do with it yet, but I probably come up with something later, so it doesn't really matter. Adding some more wrinkles and fleshiness all around, just to make the forms feel more natural. Changing the forms here. I think now it's look much better. Let's tweak the horns a bit from all angles, just to make sure the shape feels right. Using trim dynamic. Fixing the forehead and eyes a bit to improve the overall shape. Carve in. And yeah, I think now it's look much better. Let's add some details here. And I'm adding a few wrinkles here to make a better transition between the flesh and the horn. At this stage, I'm just going around adding small details and wrinkles and tweaking the shapes a bit. It's nothing major, just refining everything to make the surface feel more believable. These kinds of passes are all about patience, so you don't really see big changes, but they make a huge difference in the final result. Always think about what's happening under the surface, the bones, the muscles. The more you sculpt, the more you start to understand how forms connect. It's totally fine to redo some area over and over. That's how you train your eyes and hands to work together. And the last thing, don't be afraid of experiments. You can always undo, but sometimes those random strokes lead to cool ideas. Take a step back, rotate the model, or even flip it to spot issues if there are any. Working a little bit more on the mouth area. Fixing the overall proportion again for the lower part. Some small tweaking here and there. Just checking some before and afters to see the improvements. Okay. Fixing the neck area a little bit more. And yeah, I think it's overall looking good. And we can move on. All right, that's going to be it for this part. We made some solid progress, refined a bunch of stuff, and added some nice details. Next time we'll take it a bit further. And as always, if you have any feedback or questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one.